this video is about this big monster thing that I've got down here next to me. If you remember a while back, Power Oak sent me this little power bank, and it's been really good. Absolutely love this little thing. It's got a lovely little display on the front of it for plugging in anything up to 300 watts. I use it for my laptop and stuff like that. So they asked me if I'd take a look at their slightly bigger version. Now, their slightly bigger version is a lot bigger. This is their slightly bigger version. This is a 2000 watt hour inverter, battery, power station, whatever you want to call it. This thing is an absolute monster. It is not a light item. This is quite a big item. This is the sort of thing that you would have to probably replace all your power output that's actually in your van or in your shed, in your garage. You can use this anywhere. Now, I brought it out in the van for me today. I just wanted to have a bit of a play with it and have a look at it. I've got a heater. This is a little 2 kilowatt heater. I've had a little 2 kilowatt heater plugged into it. It runs it fine. It's absolutely no problem, but it runs and it drains really quick. When this is drawing, this thing's drawing, I think it was 2000, nearly 2000 volts. This is a 2000 watt and it was drawing 1800 and something watts at the time. So it was running down pretty. We're back on. My battery actually went dead. So yeah, and it's a bit chilly outside, so excuse me if I keep rubbing my nose, but it really is cold and I've got the door wide open. Yeah, what was I saying? This, can't remember what I was saying about it, to be honest. Oh yes, I just picked this up. My electric mountain bike. This is brilliant for charging up the electric mountain bike batteries. So I've had that on charge as well, so it can keep me going for more than one day, you know, because that will only run for so long, so I can only charge it back up. So it's a AC inverter load, continuous 2000 watt with a surge 4800. Basically the 4800 watt surge means that you can plug in a generator, so when it takes a little bit more energy, a little bit more power to pump it up and to get it going, like kettles as well. I've had the kettle plugged in, but this kettle's a little bit too big. It's a 3000 watt, so it kicks in and it just cuts out. And it's actually good because it came up with a fort. The little orange started flashing, it was bleeping at me, and it came up with a fort and cut out. So then you can go into the menus, because you've got all the menus on here. It's all touch screen, it's really good. So you can go into the menus and have a look and see what the fort is, and basically that's too much power for 2000 watts. We've got 13 output ports. So we've got, let's move my little drone. I'm charging my drone at the moment. We've got two standard 13 amp socket plug sockets in there. We've got 4 USBs, standard USBs. These are 3 amp 5 volt USB sockets in there. We've also got a PD 60 watt, which is a USB-C, so it's a little bit more powerful to charging things like phones. We've got a standard DC cigarette socket for taking all your normal cigarette stuff. We've got a 12 volt 3 amp, which is like two little round circle things. I have no idea what you plug into that, nothing at all, because I haven't got a clue. And you've also got a DC output 12 volt 25 amp, and this thing is got 2 pins and a round socket, and again, I've got no idea what you plug into that. So give me some advice. What do I plug into those two things? Never even seen them before. There's a big power on button as well, and you've also got on the top of it, you've got 2 15 watt wireless chargers, which is brilliant, because all I do is throw my phone on the top and it starts charging. And Daz is out with me this weekend and he keeps throwing his phone on the top as well, so it's really good. So there's 13 different ways of charging it. Here he comes, look, his phone's gone on, so he's gaining a bit of power. We've got flexible 5 charge ways, so the flexibility of 5 different ways of charging this thing. So you can charge it through the normal standard plug socket at home, you can charge it through your solar panel. If you can get a solar panel with it, you can. Bluetti is going to send me a solar panel, but it's out of stock at the moment, so they're going to send me a solar panel. When it does, I will show you that as well, and I'll put it both together so you can have a look and see what it does. So you can charge off solar. It comes with a lot of cables, which again I'll show you those as well, so you can plug different solar panels into it. It also comes with a car charger. These are all in here. So we've got AC socket, DC socket, 13 amp. We've got plugs for the solar. We've got sockets that fit into the side there. So yeah, all the sockets that you need to charge it. There's your car charger. So you can charge it from the car as I'm driving along. If I'm driving around in the van, I can pick up all the power and drivers, you know, generate it as I go. That was easy for me, wasn't it? You can also charge it with a generator, which I don't have, or a lead acid battery. So you can plug this straight onto a battery and charge it that way. So there's 5 different ways you can charge this with. It's got a smart touch screen interaction LCD, which is what's down here, and I've done a little bit of video, so as I'm talking I'll overlay some stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of prodding and poking. It comes up with the date and the time. You can go into the power output and it shows you what different stuff you're using on there. You can go into your AC, you can go into your DC. So if I go into my DC, it says 13.5 volts output. That's 13.5 volts, and then it's got 14 watts. So that's what's being drawn out the DC at the moment for the charger and the 2 phones that are on there. So that's pretty good. So we've got all the readings on there to show exactly what this thing is doing all the time. 700 watt solar plus 500 watt AC charge will be done in 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. Dual AC 500 watt fast charger in 2.5 hours. It's eco-friendly. There is actually an eco mode on here. You can go into the settings and it clicks on eco mode. It says yes or no. I don't know what the difference is. I'll have a poke at it and see if I can find out what it does and why it does it. What else can we tell you? It's designed to take high power devices. Well, we know that because, as I said, I've had a 2000 kilowatt heater on it. I'm going to get a smaller kettle, a 1000 watt kettle. I've got a hairdryer. The wife's hairdryer down here. I've got little GHDs and stuff. All these things plug into it and they all run. Everything is really, really good. I've got so much stuff in here. Batteries. I use camera batteries, drone batteries. I've got Osmos. I've got GoPros. I've got everything, and everything can be run off of this. Switching over, we can also use this at home. This is not something just for the van and taking it out in the van. You can also use this at home. I will show you some clips and that. I'll take it home and I'll give it a run, but you can use it for, like, professionally. You can use it for your drill, power tools. You can use it out in the garage, little generator, the Hoover and stuff like that. Absolutely fantastic. Again, you can bring the Hoover out to the van, Hoover the van out with it. So again, I'll show you all this as and when I go on. You can use it for microwaves, coffee percolators. I'm going to get a little coffee machine for in the van because I can plug it in and make myself an instant cup of coffee instead of having to boil the kettle. Cheers. You can also run a TV off of it. They reckon it'll run a 1100 watt TV for 15.5 hours, which is just phenomenal. Talked about all the little plug sockets. I've talked about all the solar stuff for you. The control panel, yeah, again, I've talked about most of that. You've got data button, faults button, AC on, AC off. So you can turn the AC on and the AC off. So that's the AC. I can turn that on independently, or I can turn it off independently. So they're not actually both running all at the same time. Solar panel, there's different ways of plugging your solar panel in. It comes with all these cables, like I say. You just pick the panel, pick the cable you want. I'm not going to unravel them all now because I'll end up cables everywhere, but pick the power you want. You've got one there to plug into a plug socket, standard UK 13 pin. You've got one there for a car charger. You've got that one plugs into the back of this, and this one is for your solar panels, which you can plug standard solar panels in. So it's got everything. If you want to use the home charger, this is the home charger. It's a big monster, great big Power Oak home charger. That then plugs into that, and then that goes into the wall socket. So that's how you would charge it, and then this little plug socket goes into the side of the machine down there. So yeah, that's how you charge it at home. Okay, I think I've covered most things. Open circuit voltage, might be interested in that. The AC200P, which is what this is the AC200P, is between 35 volts and 150 volts, if that means anything to you. What's in the box? In the box you get power station, you get a 500 watt wall socket, you get an XT90 to activation plug inputs, you get the PV solar input cables, which is a MC4, so if you know the MC4 connectors, you get the car charger, and you get a user manual, which is absolutely fantastic. It's all you really need. So that's all I'm going to do with this. There's not much more I can do with this. I haven't got a weight. The one thing I haven't got is the weight for this, and I'm guessing it's somewhere around 25 kilos, because it really is quite a monster. But when you think the amount of stuff this thing's going to do and how long it's going to run for, you know, it's not going to be a light item. So yeah, do make sure you've got somewhere to keep it, and it's got rubber covers over everything. Everything's got rubber covers on it, but I don't suppose it's good outside in the weather, but I'm going to try and find that out as well. I'm going to send them an email and just to see if you could actually use this in rain if you had to. But I don't know. I'm not so sure whether you can, but I'll let you know. So I will see you next week or next time or whenever I get this out. Maybe when I get home I'll get the Hoover out and show you it running in the Hoover and cleaning the van out maybe. So till later on. See you soon.